I am back, and I'm going to play some Moemon Emerald version. Hopefully the stream is working. Monkey's here, which is always awesome. Greetings, Monkey. Ugh, talk about, oh, OBS does this update, and now OBS wanted to be a huge hassle just to do a simple hangout stream. Well, dude, Monkey, dude, you know I'm not trying to sit there and be forever. I'm just trying to, you know. Generally, I don't have these problems, but this time, for whatever reason, it decided, hey, let's be a problem. But anyway, let's try some Pokemon, a ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Moemon, because why not? And of course, you know, it's gonna be like, oh, you left it muted. So now it's not giving sound, and then you gotta do that. Ugh. We've got Chris James and Lit Gaming 999 joining us. Oof. Good lord, man. OBS decided this 31.0.1. Oh my lord almighty. Gave me the biggest hassle, and apparently I'm running it in safe mode. Whatever. As long as you guys can see and hear me, I don't really care at this point. Oof. This window so I can actually see what I'm doing. That would be great. But yes, I am here. And because, you know, I can, let's see. No, that's not the one I wanted. There it is. I am Ghostly. At some point, I may try to see if having summoning Monkey works in person. But yes, Monkey, we'll work on that. I actually want to, at some point, commission some tracks, but, you know how it is, Monkey. We gotta have the funulations. But yes, we're just hanging out, playing an emulation, a freaking ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald called Moemon, where they're little monster girl type Pokemon instead of just regular Pokemon. There's a newer one for Emerald called Moemon Emerald Star or Star Emerald, something like that. But I already planned originally to just have this going. So, funds? What funds exactly? Exactly, Chris James. What funds? Well, first of all, you got to not have, you know, life necessities. Then you have to find somebody that does good quality work that's not using AI to do it and try to rob you now. I mean, yeesh. But for now, I'm happy. Generally, when that thing doesn't loop forever, I just was surprised it even wanted to because it kept saying, oh, you're eventually going to. And I'm like, no, I want to stream now. No, it wants to. Yes, we already know the humdrumness of Pokemon that exists here. And we've got my Supernatural Gaming Bros zombie. What's going on? But yes. Am I a boy or a girl in this? We'll be a dude. Why not? Who knows if we'll actually continue this madness, but, you know. I think I'll call my... You know what? Just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to call myself Green because I genuinely don't want to have to think of a name. But yes, start playing some games, hanging out, maybe even try to eventually figure out how to get this to want to let me do like group chat streams and that kind of fun stuff. But for now, we're hanging out and playing this and seeing how it is. Yes, it's an RPG. We all have to live. In fact, Josh likes to play RPGs. But holy macaroni. And I just realized on OBS, I have the audio muted. So I'm getting audio from the game, but you're not getting audio from the game. Because I am a freaking genius. Well, exactly. Heaven forbid a game that requires you that you can't just go point A to point B as fast as freaking possible, or without dying as fast as you possibly can, or both. I mean, the equivalent is nuzlocking on this, but I don't care for that crap, so yeah, not gonna worry about that. Yes, and apparently we're the only house that has a fucking moat around it, but you know. Oh, don't tell me it's... Okay, you know what? Let me see something real quick. That is freaking... still. Damn it. That is not the size I want you to be, though. Oh, wait, that's on eyeballing, free eyeball here, or free eyeballing, because you know, like having you guys being able to see the full context of what's being said. And now it's, oh, you suck. Whatever. Good enough. I know I'm a little more perfectionist than I should be on that. Close enough. Close enough. I just gotta move my window so I can back to where I can see everything I'm doing, because, you know, gotta make sure that works. Get out of the way, cursor. Way more on the spot type thing there. Or I guess I could have just went, you know, screw it, we're going game on! And for some reason it's slightly better. And I think we'll stick with the Game Boy. Stick with the Game Boy. It's what you're good at. So how's everybody's Monday been? I meant to do this way sooner than we did. But, yep. Like I said, fun times. Fun freaking times, man. Let me tell you. Okay, there's gotta be a way to turbo through this, because I don't need all this in this. Yep. This week's gonna be a fun week, I already know. Let's see. It's a GameCube. There's a Game Boy Advance connected to it. Remember when you could do that? That was a big deal. I can only think of like one game that genuinely used the hookup controller feature. Well, yeah, we're supposed to go see a movie Thursday, right, Monkey? The new Gundam film, I think it is. Gotta withdraw that one free potion. Oh, this one doesn't let me have cheats. Commands, that sucks. So I can't speedrun. By default. Go back and play with the clock in my room, but I don't want to play with the clock in my room. Isn't that supposed to be like a full-on series? The Air Monkey. Let's see. Well, we're definitely not in the AM. Good God, I wish I could just go spin, 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 spin. Oh, too far. Let's see. Apparently not far enough. It will be a couple minutes fast. It is what it is. And we've got Karumi! What's going on? And Mom's like, okay, you played with the clock. It's not digital or anything, so who knows if you were correct or not. Oh my lord, come on. I could care less that he's on there. Yep, everyone's thinking there's going to be a Game Boy Collections type of deal where there's going to be 3 games, like one has red, silver, and I believe either sapphire or ruby. Then one's going to be like the fire red, all that jazz. But I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be like a teaser, most likely, for the movie they're coming out with. Probably some, or movies rather, if I remember it, there's supposed to be a second Detective Pikachu movie happening. Let's see. Probably a teaser for the next Switch game. The more on the Legends of Celebi game, which they already told us we were going to be getting. Or not? Is it Celebi? No, it's Pokemon ZA. It's like Arceus, but but it's for the for that region, for X and Y, I believe. Region style like that. So there could be more of that, more reveal on that. Maybe tease like the Switch 2's Pokemon game. It's bound to happen. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. You wish what of Monkey? I think he wishes it was Thursday, maybe? I don't know. I'm lost. But yeah, I have some ideas for some things to try. Okay, so I was right. Okay. Well, I wish this wouldn't have gave me, like, literally an hour's worth of trouble just to do a simple short stream like I plan to do. Like, I'm sorry, I've been screwing around with Pokemon Pure Green for Game Boy, the ROM hack for that. I can tell you safely, whoever did it built it on either Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Red, because the Mew glitch still works. Okay, so I get to just basically be that mess. I was going to think about streaming more of that, but then I realized I screwed around, saved, and I've beaten 2 whole gyms, caught a bunch of different Pokemon since then from the last little Let's Try stream. So if we want to play that as like a game, as a main game, I am more than happy to restart and do that. But it's one of those things of, okay, well, I have an idea. I think they added some moves too, because I've never heard of Firewall. That's just basically, I instantly give you burn, or some static snag. I hit with an electric attack and have a chance of paralyzing you. And it's like, okay, these are definitely custom moves. Mind you, I haven't even bothered to like properly look into if there's obviously like a wiki or something for it that somebody's already done. I just thought it was neat that somebody apparently made a Pokemon Green that apparently has all of the Pokemon and is in English. I mean, you could have pretty much just did that for me and I would have been happy, but it's supposed to use, I think, instead of the original I want to say leaf green, but original green sprites, they use, I think, the newer red blue sprites. Look, I'm just doing this because I know I have to do this little thing everybody who's ever played Emerald already knows. Yes, and I'm going to be honest. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald games really didn't do like a huge come hang on and do things with me bit. Honestly, I was like, okay, finish the story. I can go now. Help me! Oh. You over there, please help. I'm a big dumbass who got myself into a situation. And me, being the guy, being the wholesome dude I am, I'm going to save first because I can. Now, let's see. I want to, let's see. There's the Trico, the grass starter. We've got Orachick, the fire starter. We got Mudkip, the water starter. I think we'll go Trico. I generally go grass starter for life kind of deal. Unless I'm with a group that we like all kind of agree and I just kind of like, I guess I can be this guy. Trico, Trico. Oh, we got a lady Trico. Okay. Found it. Guess they're gonna weaken our attack by stage, so we're gonna leer at them and weaken their defense. Okay, I don't feel like getting into a big pissing match here. Yeah, I could have ended this a lot faster if I just went smacky smack. Bad Zigzagoon. You saved my dopey ass. I just like how this one's kind of got, like, text-wise. Isn't when the person went really depth into being like, oh, I should check and make sure they're not called Pokemon, they're called Moemon. Nope. Didn't bother. What you be talking about, my daddy? And my blood? But yeah, how is everybody doing? That is the masterful question I've got. Yes, we'll keep Trico. Let's name Trico. Trying to think of a tree. What to name it? What to name it? What to name it? You know what? I'm gonna check the spelling real quick and make sure I'm spelling that right. Okay, so I was gonna spell that right. Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Naming you Sequoia because why not? Figure that's a good enough Poke name. Oh, I could do that for sure. I could probably, I might, I mean, let's see, what was it? The great Pokemon Blue run I did when you and Little Zombie back in the day were playing through Pokemon Yellow. I ended up naming a lot of Pokemon after people in the community that were interested that showed up. I seen also Gyalkin. That sounds familiar, Karumi. I can't. Give me a second. I'm gonna check something. That sounds awfully freaking familiar to me. No, I haven't, but I've seen advertisement for it. Okay. Oh, got our little Pokemon. Welcome back, Monkey. What have you got for us? What kind of Pomeranian-esque mayhem have you been waylaying besides your D&D nights? And mass mayhem? Redo, the healer redo thing, not gonna touch. There was another anime that was very, like, slave encouragement rapey, and I was like, yeah, no. I don't care how hot some of the characters, some waifu baits in that, I am not watching this anymore. Like, okay, you're establishing a fantasy world, there is slavery, okay, and a good portion of this world is pro that, okay. But yeah, no. Well, I do know you picked up some nice new model kits recently. No, I'm pretty sure Monkey has not. I mean, I haven't even seen it, but I read enough about it to be like, yeah, no, not for me. In your house. And I'm saving apparently, May, so what you can do about it? Alright, well then I better visit my house. Okay, just so you're aware, Monkey has very distinct tastes, and some of it's very similar to mine, but not quite. And Monkey, I'm sorry, he is very hardcore fantasy, bring the violence in the name of the king type shit. Like, he actively is still hunting all of the big, thick, hardback Berserk books. Monkey don't play around. That, and when he was a wee pup growing up, he got spoiled being able to just come in my space, raid said shelves without much issue on what he was and wasn't allowed to watch. Puchiana! Sorry, Puchiana, I'm gonna have to smack the crap out of you. You try a smack back. Smack back. Sounds like a bad toy from the 80s, 90s. Smack back. Speaking of anime things, I still need to watch the second season of Castlevania Nocturne that just dropped relatively, well, not just dropped, but dropped a little bit back on Netflix finally. Wormpaw! But I've been watching recently on Crunchyroll Zenshu. There's a couple other ones I've been watching. They got like really long freaking titles to them. There's one about it's like something alchemist, really long. Yeah, I'm forgetting one that's active too, and I can't remember. But yeah, unfortunately, I've been having a little bit of an isekai binge going on. There was something stupid I watched on Tubi, though. Tubi's a free streaming platform, has commercial breaks. It suggested this series called Screechers Wild. Oh my god. It was so bad and cheesy. I have never heard such bad little toy product names in my life. I was telling Monkey about it, and he went, "Whoa, that's a serial killer name. You shouldn't be using that one." I'm like, "Well, they did." But then there's the one that's like, obviously, I know how we'll get around copyright. I love this one. It's basically cars that transform into animals and fight using these little discs they capture for their power up and all this. And this like military arms vehicle turns into a saber-toothed tiger, and when he transforms and announces his name, he's all Rattlecat. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? We're just gonna change it. Nobody will know. It's a feline. And it's not Battlecat, it's Rattlecat. I don't think so. I do plan to start trying to get back into a proper groove. I've even started talking to Monkey and been like, hey, we need to do some Josh and Monkey, even if it's just pre-recorded Josh and Monkey would be great, because sometimes we will sit and have some of the most freaking out there conversations that are hilarious. Like, oh my god. Like, we have a running gag now between us about just giving each other a stare. It's like, stop wishing X whatever disease comes up to our head at the time. It's like hilarious. Also, I'm putting this out there. I did not know that there was the Great Mighty Pooh plush from Conker's Bad Fur Day was a thing. I can't remember. Her name starts with an A. Something gamer. She was at one of the shops in her area. She showed off that, and she held one. I was like, oh, dude, if me and Monkey had that, that'd be great, because we used to make such fun with the Great Mighty Pooh and singing that song and stuff at random times. It was freaking awesome. Look, I still remember Bay Wheels, okay? That's what it gave me the feels of. It's like, Bakugan meets Bay Wheels. I'm like, okay. It's just one of those things that cracked me up as like, Rattlecat. But then the biggest, evil, baddest one of them all is called Field Tiger. It's like, okay, that's kind of generic as fuck. He's supposed to be the most evil of evil, the demon lord of the bad creatures, and his name is Field Tiger. It's like, that's kind of a letdown. Just a little bit, don't you think? Yes, I would. But no, I'm thinking of setting up a poll probably after the stream and be like, should we continue playing Pokemon, or not Pokemon Emerald, Moemon Emerald? Or should I show like little bits and pieces of other games, or maybe just pick some I want to play all the way through? Man, it's been so long since I played Emerald. I mean, part of the draw is that not many people take it upon themselves of the Pokemon games they pick to build their ROM hacks on. Go, I want to build off of Pokemon Emerald. That sounds like a great idea. I mean, the most common is generally Fire Red. One of those anime fans. Okay, to be fair, I have a lot more older anime than newer anime, so... But it also doesn't help that our friend Ace is pretty much Monkey's toy father. Like, they will sit there and have conversations that me and Ace's partner are like, okay, we're just gonna wander away, let you guys have your moment. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Okay. I like how it's... Okay, so she just stands there. She does absolutely nothing. Good to know. Good to know. I can just sit there and talk to her forever, and she'll be like, nah, I don't like it. Yeah, to be fair, there's some... They're putting out things. My thing as far as Toku relatedness with them is that of disappointment, but I also understand they kind of got involved in something they have no fucking idea how to run, because the guy who made the deal, like, literally died before telling anybody else what the big master plan of buying the franchise from these franchises and starting all these things. And they're like, okay, we're sinking. I have to imagine Bandai back in Japan is just laughing their ass off, though. Like, shouldn't have fucked with us. See, you wouldn't be having these problems. You wouldn't even have your first year with no Ranger product in your holiday catalogs, or even a show to talk about on the horizon. We would have been good to you. But no, you had to just fuck the deal over. I like putting my hood down. There we go. Hood down. I'm debating, do I want to be tangible or just keep being untangible? And I am realizing something that's bugging me. Okay, yeah, that is not supposed to be... That fog trait layer is not supposed to be like that. I'll have to fuck with it later. Or I could now, during the break. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Not gonna stress it too heavily because... Yeah. Not a huge concern, really. Or I could right now, actually. Let's see. I know there's some BS I did. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay, I'm liking that a little better. That's better. God damn, that's better. Alright, that makes me feel a lot better about what's going down. Okay. Sorry, that fog was just bugging the crap out of me with its how much it was occupying. I'll fiddle with it more later, but eh. Yes. DXD is fucking awesome. I actually need to finish the last season, and I would like to get the manga for that, but that series is so long, and I already have series I'm trying to collect as they come out that is already freaking running way longer than I expected them to. Like, I'm sorry, I thought by 19, after the giant long hiatus that the creator took from it, Monster Musume would be over, but no, we're getting a volume 20 dropping, and I'm like, okay. And that's in Japan. That's not talking about however long it takes for it to get translated and released out west. Koya is now level 25. Trick there is I don't want to super level too high right now because I want to be able to catch some, help. I also don't want to be, like, under-leveled later. I can't remember if she wants to battle. That would suck. Yes, because he stopped 13, or it's 13 or is it 12? 12 Beasts, I believe. It's either 13 or 12 Beasts, which was his first series. And that was actually picking up steam thanks to his secondary. I mean, the man did start a whole let's not be afraid genre, I'm not gonna lie there. Oh, I'm going back down here, but we are. Maybe I was dumb and didn't realize I could buy Pokeballs yet. I want to buy Pokeballs. No, you don't sell Pokeballs. Well, then fuck you too, dude. I'm bag. But yes, Monkey. Don't lie. You would, given the opportunity, there's a few species of demi-human your ass would be tapping real easy. Like, I'm pretty sure the gimme for most people is elf girls, but, or elf dudes, depending on your persuasion. Yeah, freaking... That one surprised me. The other one is the Behemoth book, man. One of the first ones I ever came across. I love the story. It's funny. It's kind of adult, crude humor a bit. But good God, that title is so long to say, and it's annoying to search for, because it's like, oh, okay. Monkey and I are actively getting, excuse me, headset's trying to slide off my head here, are actively trying to get the Kamen Rider Kuga manga. That, I'm hoping they won't lose heart in publishing that, and hopefully they've stopped relying on machine translation. Monkey was the first to read it, and he came back at me, and he's like, they machine translated this shit. And I'm like, oh. And then, like, right after he said something, there's this big old thing posted about the publisher is apologizing for machine translating. And I was like, damn, Monkey was on that shit. Because he was trying to be polite and like, okay, you're definitely right now the bigger Kamen Rider fan between us. I want to let you read it first. And I was like, dude, just read it. I'm behind on my catch-up read anyway. Just go ahead and read it, and I'll read it later. And he told me that, and I'm like, okay, well, if they reissue, like most companies would, we'll hang on to those and get, like, protectors or whatever. So we have, and obviously sit on them for a while, because Monkey used to deal in books a little bit. Like, in his high school days, he had a little book flip hustle going, where he had some little honey holes he'd hit, get some books he knew that were being undersold that would sell for more, take them to other places and get bigger money and get things like anime waifu figures and shit that he wanted, and keep some of the one pieces for his collection he wanted to have. Okay, May, let's take care of business. Of course, it's okay. But we're gonna see. I was a dumbass, and I should have healed while I was down there, but I didn't. I'm gonna use a freaking grass type move on a fire type, and just hope for the best here. I'm healing and hope she doesn't smack the crap out of me. It's looking like we might be having a reset because I was dumb and didn't think to heal during that rundown. Come on, Sequoia, don't be a bitch. Usually the AI likes to do like a buff move, but this time around she's just going full aggressive. No freaking joke on that one. But yeah, I wish my biggest hope for that is with the interest people have been buying of the Kuga manga is that they'll go for some of the smaller ones and hopefully not let the fiasco that was the American written by people I don't think that really understood the material well. 01 comic that was made, I haven't even seen like loose flops for that, and I mean, I like 01. I've heard the story overall was kind of bad, but I would support it in the interest of having the encouragement to say, hey, there is definitely interest in the making official. But like the manga for Kamen Rider Wizard, I would love to have. But that's so hard to get even just the Japanese import of. It's like one of those, they come up on the market and they are gone that quick. But speaking of Kamen Rider, there's a new collection. Monkey, when he was doing his look and checkings of things, stumbled on that they're releasing. It's a triple feature pack that has the 3 motion picture Kamen Riders from the Showa era on it, and I'm like, holy hell. And it's on Blu-ray, if I remember right. That was the thing that shocked me more, is it was on Blu-ray. I was like, damn, they ain't playing. Kamen Rider Wizard, I've never read it. It's one I would like to read. It's like basically kind of a happy ending wrap-up of what happened to him after the series, and the like handoff special kind of stuff. Yeah, it was like a two book manga, or tokuban if you want to call it what they call it in the native language. But there were some other things I wanted to ask the community about if they had interest for me and Monkey to do, that I was thinking like maybe some what they call hand cam type things, where like Monkey and I will stare in like open packs for like some of the card games we like playing. Kind of like an unboxing, but not an unboxing video. Because I know Monkey was working on getting resources to even just do his own little recorded, edited content of things like that. Like, one of the big card games we collect and we play a lot of when we get the chance to with friends is kind of an expensive anime waifu game, Weiss Schwartz. We haven't gotten to get any new product of that lately, but we've also, the friends we usually play it with, we haven't been able to like cross paths or have the money really to go to the shop that we trust for the buying on impulse versus the site we go to order like singles, and maybe if there's a seller, a verified seller selling some product from. I do know there is a card game where we need to sleeve the decks first, but we got some trial decks to try out. We tried this other card game by Bandai that my vision was so bad. I have a feeling Monkey, being the honest little pup he is, when I could not read the super small text, like literally my eyes could not focus on it on a card. He could have just played me for a fool, but he didn't, and there's probably a strategy to the starter deck that he had me try with him that I just sucked at. Well, it's because that's what it's called, Battle Spirits. It had an awesome idea. It was a little sluggish. It's not like, what was it? The thing I showed you a couple days ago, V-Card, where it was obviously first thought was collectability and trying to attract people to our energy drink main product that we sell. I mean, any card game is like, okay, we have no deck size limit. There is an anti-system, which if every card game after people had a huge problem with it from Magic, kind of like one of the great granddaddies of all card games, removed it, you shouldn't do it, right? V-Card, there's another one. It's not just V-Card. There's someone else that like is making a VTuber themed one. Like I'm all for, you know, supporting a VTuber card game. I think it could be great, especially, you know, since HoloLive has shown through White Schwartz there is a demand for it. The problem is I think people are trying to cash in, like Monkey says, and make it a scam where it's like, here's all these popular people that aren't in this card game because they don't have a big corpo willing to invest in such an endeavor with this other major card company. Give them attention's great, but I think V-Card, especially, like Monkey had told me, essentially put the cart before the horse here on that one. Monkey, that was something I wanted to talk to Ace and Leica about, was seeing if maybe we did that thing I said where it might be fun to like have a spending limit and build like casual decks to play with amongst ourselves. Like, I'm sorry, I know for a fact, for not counting taxes and shipping, probably around $30, I could literally rebuild a deck I loved playing back before it was like a thing for a minute, but only updated and slightly better. Oh, building Monkey the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, but then again, I still want to try to play Here to Slay with you, them, and any friends that might be around when we do it, because that would just be great. I mean, I have with the exception of the holiday expansion, I got the freaking main game, the 2 expansions were really freaking cheap at the time, and we just never had a chance to play it. But Cardfight Vanguard, I know, is one. I know Gundam's going to be having one. That's going to freaking... Bandai with the Gundam card game is coming out, not with just the Gundam card game, but the miniatures game. But I think the miniatures game is going to probably tank a bit because that's a hard market. But, I do know we're doing some more room organizing. So, like, close friends that are, like, cool, that, like, we can send stuff to, and we know we're either looking for things we might be like, oh, shit, I didn't know we had this, or we come into, we will probably reach out to again and see if there's interest before we, like, say, okay, you're just going to take this to a storefront and say, hey, here you go, give us money. Well, hey, I've spent my fair share of money trying to pursue the affordable, not super hardcore 40k stuff in miniatures, but no. So, deck profiling is a fun thing. That could actually be something to consider, Monkey, is doing some, when you get back to wanting to try to experiment again, making your content, is maybe doing deck profiles, video content, talking about them. I mean, Zombie brings up a pretty good thing. Hell, it might be even fun for you guys to see where your opinions differ. Like, I'm sure you will have a different feeling than Zombie would have it if I was to say, here's the exact same deck. You two might have different opinions on how it should be played and etc. or how you feel about it overall. But it is what it is. Okay, why am I at the computer? I don't need to go to the computer. I need to go to the nice lady and say, heal my 1 Pokemons, please. Yes, I just wish I had the... Kind of like if I had played a Game Boy game set, I could have easily just held down one of the extra buttons and be like, Turbo Speed! It would have already probably been just me screwing around, talking, hanging out. To like the first gym by now. I don't trust this hoe. Time to save. No, turn off the power. I'm still, man. Oh my god. Like, here, let me see something. Like, I have authentication stuff set up, obviously, to like connect the things. It took me like an hour or so just to get this to like let me do this, even just do this one stream. It was freaking ridiculous, but I think I can do like a count here. I get a rough idea here. No, I can't. Okay, well, screw you too. So much for that. But no, man, oof. Talk about a sweat and a half. But no, one of the projects I need to do though too is look at my 3D print stuff that Chris James sent me. Was kind enough to print. That I was like saying, "Oh, this would be awesome to have," and he like hooked my ass up with some stuff. And all I got to do now is like get the proper paint, look at what I would need to like finish them off, like the right glue, all that. And he did say if anything, like any of the part seemed like it was missing a part or something, to let him know, and he would see if it was in his space or if he couldn't find it or it got lost or whatever. He would reprint the piece. I just have to tell him what it is. And I've been kind of dragging ass on that, I'm not gonna lie. But I do have a monkey who can verify I wasn't completely, just frivolous dragging my ass. I'm just glad, not this weekend, but the weekend before last. Oh my god. I want to talk about just the worst fucking time to be like, let's get really sick for no reason. What's that? You have shit to do? Well, too bad. You're not gonna do any of it. We had gotten our washer and dryer, like, the washer was deciding it was trying to literally eat some of our clothes no matter what the setting was. It was leaving these L cuts in our shit. And they would not believe us. We finally got somebody who was like, I believe you. And our dryer just basically stopped drying. I mean, it was a piece of shit anyway. But, well, it didn't stop drying as much, apparently, as it was waiting to become a firebomb. Because whoever made this great manufacturing design decided an important piece needed to be made of plastic. And it apparently is not a part they make anymore for that model. So we ended up getting a brand new dryer because of it, and a washer because they just did a deal. Got us actual name brand shit. But where this comes into play is we had our own little shelf in our little laundry room space for things like, the liquids, some minor cleaning stuff, common use cleaning stuff, and because the dryer door opened a different way than all the previous ones, we couldn't put the shelf back. So it's like, we need to reorganize and rehome a lot of stuff. So Monkey and I are like literally the night before planning our attack and everything. And the next morning I feel absolutely freaking terrible. Like, no joke. I'm like feeling really sick and stuff, and I was like throwing up and everything, and it's like not good time. It was not a good time at all. And bless our mother. She thought I was just like not wanting to do things. I was exaggerating until she caught it, and then she apologized. But it was like, damn it, I had shit I needed to do. This is gonna fuck up my plans. But what ended up happening is we cleaned up real good the shelf, relocated it to Monkey's room, rehomed everything, cleaned out some stuff that we, for whatever reason, we had shoved into a closets and cabinets, and decided never to deal with. Monkey knew I wasn't playing around. He was like, yeah, no, that dude's fucked up. But, okay, so it does let me use, wondering what, if it was gonna let me use the analog stick or not. Still won't let me buy freaking heal, or not heal, buy Pokeballs yet. You suck, sir. But no, man, I'm sorry. I absolutely hate throwing up. Is not my thing. I remember an Emerald, if I go here or I go to her house. It's definitely one or the other. It's here so he can give me the Pokédex. And maybe if I remember, he gives us our first Pokeballs. There's ROM hacks of Pokemon games where it's Digimon instead of Pokemon. There was a friend of mine, she's an awesome VTuber. She and her husband they do Twitch. They had a card shop they were doing, and they could, with the rising price of things, they couldn't sustain their business model. And it was a good business model because you could buy packs in real time during the shows, and they would give you the option of, we can open it here on the stream for you if you want, and then you can see what you pulled. You can tell us, what you want to keep, what you want us to, we could have and do whatever we want with. It was good streams. I felt bad that they got forced out, but those are fun streams too. Is to see pack opening. I can sit there and watch it because, like, holy shit. But it definitely also has to depend on the game, though, too. Like, there are tons of card games people do packs for that I could care less about. There was a card shop. Oh my god. I saw something that made my stomach turn. Monkey was with me. He'll know what I'm talking about. They had prices on some of the packs of Pokemon cards, okay? So they weren't the ones that were, like, on the back wall that they reach over, they pull out of the box for you. They had the ones they felt were more valuable. They had separate prices for heavy and light, meaning they were weighing the packs. And I'm like going, yeah, you're not getting my money. Because that just means even the one, you probably went there through all the the ones that you have up on the wall that are not probably fresh open boxes. You probably did the same trick too, and are just going, ah. No, the original Pokemon, the first Pokemon TCG box that was there, they were selling packs of, and Leica saw, and she was like, oh, that's my childhood right there. Oh, and she's kind of like shocked by that they had. Yeah, that's where I saw the sign right under the box. It was like, heavy this price, light this price. I mean, it has been proven with some of them that some card games that you can weigh them, and a weight a certain weight number will mean this and that. Which is absolute bullshit. It's like, okay. That's some scalper shit right there. They had a lot of graded slab Pokemon cards, though. I'm not going to lie. They had some that were good priced. I'm not going to fault them at all. But I don't know enough about the slabbing scene to be like, oh, this is a good deal, or, oh, this is a bad deal, or how do I verify that, you know, this history is not this some rando stole this, you didn't verify it, and so you bought it off them, and now if I was to go, like, sell it or something, somebody might actually check the shit and be like, oh, this is coming back a hot card. I mean, we have a couple cars I would love to get that, but I also want to go to, like, a con where they're present and you can, like, literally hand it to them, a representative. Not be like, oh, you can go to GameStop and they'll be the middleman for you. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm not. When it comes to that kind of thing, either I'm able to get there in person, or I at least handed it to an official fucking employee or something like that. Like, I know for a fact we have a card from one of the White Schwartz that's, like, worth a pretty big chunk of change right now if it meets a certain grade, and I'm not trusting that to, oh, well, us GameStop's employees are honorable, trustable, they won't steal your shit. Nah, I don't think so. No. That's like anytime somebody says, oh, I have a friend who has some graded video games from WADA. I'm like, and I'm not interested. Even more than I wasn't interested before, because, sorry, I genuinely do not care to imprison a game. Like, it's one thing, like, if it's, like, an original Legend of Zelda that's, like, never been violated, like, somebody found a box sealed away in an abandoned KB of a mall or something, I may be like, okay, yeah, that shit right there is worth getting an official, like, slabbed, entombed, display kind of thing, because that is so freaking ridiculous that it would make sense to me to be like, that's like museum history type shit. As opposed to, oh, Joe went to some hoarder's house estate sale and found really nicely cared for copies of Little Samson and got them graded so they're entombed now. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, Zombie can back me up. He's helped me for some of my childhood games get that I felt, you know, of the collection we have here in the digital graveyard. Get pieces like, oh, I used to have all my manuals and I don't have them anymore because some asshole during all the moves during my childhood to now stole them or whatever. Whatever happened there. It's like, okay, this means a lot to me. You know, I still have, it's my childhood copy. He's helped me get boxes, manuals, or even, hell, quite literally hooked me up with a full copy of Blaster Master. That's the other thing that fucking kills me, though. That I have to wonder where they view how do you verify and keep verify that, you know, that's not somebody who decided they didn't like the grade you gave their card, so they sit there and they tear open the slab and resubmit it. It's like, okay. How do you verify now that that's a legit, you know, 1 of 1 first time graded number mint 10 versus that same card that however long it took you to grade it what you originally gave an 8.5 to. You know what I mean? It's one of those things of I don't like it at all, and it kind of pisses me off. Like, I feel like grading is one of those things that needs to be more... Is this a piece that's worthy of such a thing, as opposed to we're gonna just do it to do it because then I can get as much money as I possibly can. Though I will say I am, as a person who likes to buy card games and shit and looks at price and makes a decision on that if I'm in person, that scalpers and resellers are getting fucked over hard by GameStop. It's one of the few people that's taking a stand to that shit of, yeah, we're not doing pre-orders anymore because y'all, too many of you bastards are fucking over fair play. We're limiting how many you can get, you know, so everyone has a chance. There's some semblance of a fair chance to get the product. You know? I did love reading some of the comments. People were going, oh, that just means the employees are just big box stashing anyway, and now we're just getting, what about that? I'm like, well, I used to work next to a really good GameStop, and I can tell you right now, that shit didn't happen. There are, I will say this, there are some, but it's also dependent on the staff and their managers. If their managers are like, we don't give a fuck, you know, whatever, do what you want, then yeah, that shit can happen. I mean, hell, a Target I worked for, they're the overnight flow team, as they call it, the people basically who were restocking the inventory, the new inventory onto shelves. There were like 10 motherfuckers that literally were stashing shit in the back, and their boss, their supervising boss, was cool with it and encouraged it. And it's like, are you kidding me? And you're wondering why this store has a high clearance rate for product. Well, when you have assholes who either aren't putting out what they're supposed to, they're too busy putting shit aside for them to resell, that could hurt you. When you have assholes who aren't worried about what they're supposed to be putting out, they're looking for shit they want to resell, that can hurt you. But I did enjoy the fact of the matter when one of them had the nerve to confront me about how he was told he had to put something out and he could get it, and he didn't get it because I inadvertently stumbled onto it and bought it, and it was something Monkey would want. Like, Monkey's not a huge Pop fan, but it was, I believe, the Jumbo Deathwing Pop that he had for a while out displayed. I think it's still in storage. It didn't come back in yet. That he had displayed by his TV and his console. And it looked sick, okay? It was like, it was cool. Monkey's a big, fantasy person. He likes to read. He plays D&D a lot. So I thought, oh, this is a cool little gift. This guy freaking had a huge problem with it. Like, he got in my face about it. And I was like, and? Why do I keep going to... Oh, I know what it is. I'm thinking the other Pokemon game I was screwing around with earlier today. But no. I won't lie. There's some collectible toy things that I got Monkey because, yeah, I knew eventually it's a chase figure. Monkey's a toy collector. But the difference there was, even if it was a chase figure, like for the Megazord components for the different Megazords of Dino Charge, they had a couple color variant figures. Well, let's see. It's giant robots. Check for Monkey. It's Power Rangers. Monkey likes Power Rangers. I like Power Rangers. They're cool dinosaur robots with a neat gimmick. Check. So, yeah. I had a play discount on my lunch break, or, if I got to work early, or I got off a decent time, which wasn't closing. I would go, shopping a little bit before I went home. And I'd pick these things up. But I never bought once for the deliberate purpose of selling that shit. No, that was something to be enjoyed. Like, Monkey has all but like I think one chase because I bought a double because it was a cool piece, and he had a spot where he had a little like his not so much played with rare figures that were still on card displayed on his hanging on his wall. So it was like a cool little add-on. Now, if Monkey heard, oh, XYZ at the time was looking for it and he has a double, he would have worked a deal out. He wouldn't have just sat there and been like, my precious, no, you can't have that. It's just like shit like that bugs me. I mean, ugh. And to a fair point, I'm not gonna lie, Monkey probably did play a little bit with those Megazords. Look, the Legacy toys we don't talk about because those are literally made with the intent of being my precious. And the fact they're the Bandai ones, yeah, I would expect you to be that way considering it's your favorite Ranger. And it's from when they were actually, you know, people who gave a shit about it. Well, I'll be damned, the Steam Element bot is actually going on its own for once. That's mildly shocking. Huh. Should I try summoning Monkey onto stream? That is the question. Or should I at least try to make it the first gem and then summon the Monkey? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, I do want to make some Josh and Monkey merch, like proper shit, but one, I want to have some of the ideas I've had for things I think would be cool. I have to have money so I can get find the right artist to do the design I'm thinking, have the money to pay them, buy the commercial rights from them so they can't come back at me later going, oh, you don't own the image. You know what I mean? Then it's just a matter of, you know, finding a storefront or a manufacturer that's like, oh, they make on demand and send it to you. Yeah, but when I was setting it up, it made me make a shop thing, so I was like, oh, fuck it, whatever. But, eh. And you'd be surprised. Sometimes, Monkey, it's the little following you have wearing like a shirt or having a sticker on their work folder or something, and the person goes, oh, I'll check them out. It gets you noticed, so... You know, I should... I even... App, that would be... kind of important, don't you think? Let's see, berries... No, I do not. I should probably go back to town. Be like, hey, can I have a map? Come on, Poochyena. Oh, talk about calling it. Ah, you're a Dudiena. I don't want a Dudiena. You're a merciless Killiena. Now, if you'd been a shiny Dudiena, then we might have been in business. I mean, yeah. Mightyena, unfortunately, isn't like a super amazing one. We got Omega Ace dropping by. Nice. How's it going? Yeah, we're just hanging out. I had the biggest ordeal getting after OBS updated just to even get this stream to happen. I don't know what was the deal, but it's like, okay, whatever I did, got it to connect. I'll have to fiddle with it more and see if that's what I have to do. Okay, here we go. We got a female Poochyena. We must catch her. Let's see. Found. Oof. She took that hit a little hard. Oh, she critical hit it back. Okay, well. The key item, CM's Pokeball. But yeah, we're just hanging out, ranting, or I'm ranting. On all kinds. Okay, Monkey, what do we name Poochyena? Well, see, I hadn't used it in a while, Ace, and it like so I let it do its update. I'm like, okay, so everything's still in order, connected. And it kept giving me this, it couldn't connect to my thing. I'm like, you're saying you're connected to my thing. What the hell do you mean you can't connect to the thing? And ugh. Then it crashed out and I restarted in safe mode and was like, okay, YOLO, last chance. Let's see if it'll connect. And it connected weirdly. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's roll. And here we are. Okay, we will see if we can fit that monkey, but if it doesn't fit, you might have to come up with a different name. Now, do you want it Clive Bork, all one word, or do you want a space monkey? As we wait. All one word, okay. Clive Borker, okay. Alright, let's see what... You know, I have not checked the status of our stats of these Pokemon. We just kind of hit the ground running, and I was like, okay, whatever, let's go. Aw, Sequoia was lonely. She was definitely a freaking tree. Okay, and then our next Pokemon is Hardy, so I think she's neutral-natured. That's fine. I mean, Clive Borker is where she needs to be. Okay, well, here we go. Wimple! Well, let it not be said I didn't at least give it a shot. Do, 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 do. Yeah, well, take this, you little bug. Get into the Pokeball. We got into the Pokeball. Alright, first person to throw out a name that's not Monkey gets to name the Wurmple. Sorry, Monkey, I just have to be I have to be fair. She did go home, Zombie. She went right in the ball. I didn't even have to, like, waste more than one ball on her. Sequoia. Yeah. Okay. Graboid. Alrighty, well, we will see if that happens. Will we get a magnificent butterfly, or will we end up with a moth? No idea. Sorry, Omega, you lost that one. The trick there was first one to name it that wasn't Monkey, and Zombie got it, so we will have to. So next Pokemon we catch, Monkey and Zombie are on hold on being able to name. It will be whoever else is still in the room. I feel like this is one of those talk to the... Or is this one of those I get there and then I get the map? I can't remember. Lucky bag, are you going to give me a map or not? Well, it's not like I couldn't grab another one, but hey. It is what it is, right? Also, for people at home, the hood is up. And let's be tangible for a little bit. Especially since I'm not really in the way of the game. Okay, so they're not gonna give. So it might be some other asshole will give me it. Okay. Holding B and running like a bitch. Actually, that was dumb. I should go say hey to Mom. Mom will heal my shit for free. Like, oh, your Pokemon look like they've been getting a savage beating. You should stop making them fight to the death. So, I do need to save though that we did get Graboid. Graboid! God, it takes forever to save on this. But let's see. Originally, I was thinking I might hang out and play Azure Dreams for Game Boy Color. But then I was like, eh. We can hang out and play something different. I'm gonna take that Pecha Berry from you there, Clive Borker. Oh, she's a jolly little worm. Well, in the spirit of, see, I remember it's like a short level to get her it's another wormhole. It's a dude pearl. Yeah, you ain't a cute little girl. You're some dude hiding a secret. But yeah, in a few, we will probably save. I'll switch some proper gears and maybe have Monkey on while do little chat with Monkey live. Only is a level higher than me, so that shouldn't be too. Okay, his approach is to keep lowering my speed. Okay, I see what he's doing. At least he's not a freaking bird Pokemon. That would have just been nasty. Okay, so he's going to drop my speed, and then he's going to try to hit me hard is what he's going to do. Okay. And suddenly I have no accuracy. Well, I have a surprise for you. I've decided I'm just not going to fight to the death with Graboid. We're going to send our mighty tree out, who's lonely apparently. He's a bit emo. So that's enough of that. Yeah. You're about as helpful as Jack and shit. And Jack left town. Let's see. Yes, I want you to heal my Pokemans. Or Pokegirls. Well, actually, we can save, and I can summon you in just a moment. Let's see. Save. Saving. Let's see. Saving. Alrighty. To the studio! Oh, I'm on air, but where's Monkey, you're asking? Well, let's see if we can summon Monkey now. Let's see, Monkey. Who's got the monkey? Hopefully this works. I did not test this before stream. Monkey, are you with us?
Probably should have.
So it's a little dog.
Hello, everyone. Have
We
you
got
been naughty while Monkey's not been looking? I hope so.
Okay, give me a second here to take care of something that was driving me nuts. Alrighty. Sorry, I just have you and the game still running in my ear, so I had to mute the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, everybody, we're here live in our little studio that Monkey has been tirelessly putting together, as you can see. I'm mildly.
You have no idea how hard it is to build an entire studio when you only have about 1 inch long paws.
Well, I mean, I like the repurposing you did here. We've got this lovely casket here. You cleaned it out before you used it, right? It's not previously owned, is it?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. Really? That's where we're going.
Let's just say that if it was previously owned, well, they weren't using it that much anyway.
Fair enough, Monkey. Fair enough. So, you mentioned you've been staring at walls, well, I can see that. I mean, I'm mildly impressed with the mortar work here you got in the wall back behind us.
Yeah, that was hard. That
That
was
was hard.
really hard.
I thought you hired some ghoulish contractors.
I'm my ghoulish contractor.
Fair enough. So,
That's just so I could put this shit on my taxes.
wait, you file taxes, but aren't you like some supernatural alien-esque dog-shaped being?
Even I don't fuck with the IRS, dude.
Fair enough. So, everybody, if you have some questions for Monkey, now is the time to throw some out in the chat that I can ask him. Or you can ask him directly. Okay.
I think most people are kind of tabbed out.
Tabbed out. Tabbed out.
Maybe got us out on mute.
Welcome, Clear Haze. This is just me and Monkey at the moment, taking a break from the game and talking. May I ask how you found us?
Probably Super Robot Wars Omega Ace. That is probably my favorite game franchise.
This is true. When I come across, if I come across him fairly cheap and I'm certain he doesn't have it in the collection, you can be damn sure if it's in good quality, it will be gotten and Monkey will put it into the, inspect it heavily, and then we will clean it, put it through its testing phase, and it'll be in our collection.
Anime robots and little guys on grids? Oh my.
Yeah, Monkey likes himself that strategy RPG goodness. Him likes to feel big brained.
Makes the gerbil in my head go. I don't know why I said the German in my head.
The German gerbil. Oof. Interesting.
Well, we'll have to ask questions of that gerbil later.
Fair enough, Monkey. Fair enough.
There's a point in the past century we need to know where that gerbil was.
Where were you at this date? Whoa. That's kind of rough. That is very rough, actually.
Yeah, that would be algo. That would happen.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was messing around with a ROM hack called Moemon Emerald. Nothing too thrilling so far on that, I'll be honest with you. But then again, I'm not exactly the best person to give an honest opinion of a Pokemon Emerald game because that generation really didn't capture me that well. I felt like maybe literally a handful of Pokemon designs I liked in that generation, and the story and everything just as I played it, beat the story, beat the bonus content, and I was like, okay. I felt no need to grind. I didn't feel like I need to go, oh, hey, you play that too? Let's battle or let's trade. I was like, okay, moving on.
Pretty much.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, those are awesome. I loved those ones. I played way too much of that on my DS. Yeah, 3DS. It was DS for Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Yeah, that one. Yeah, like that was in my little game wallet of Go with me when I would travel with my DS. I'd be like, okay, I have this game, and this game, and I have a few downloaded ones. Okay, we're good. But yeah, um, if I was for Pokemon, what was your feeling on the generation of that was Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Monkey?
Oh, Gen 3?
Yeah.
I do not like Hoenn. I do not have very many nice things to say about Hoenn.
Okay. So if Monkey got transported into a Pokemon reality and it was the Hoenn region, we know exactly.
Into the water, into the plentiful, plentiful water routes that
Monkey's
would
going.
hopefully take me home.
So you're gonna join Team Aqua and be like, "Let's drown this bitch."
I'm not joining any teams.
I
I'm
never
letting
said you.
myself sink.
Yeah, I never said what your reasoning behind joining Team Aqua was. I mean, they do have that submersible. They're willing to go to like Pokemon's version of the Mariana Trench to fuck with a legendary Pokemon that's supposed to be a disaster. I mean,
Fair enough.
it seems up
Fair
your
enough.
alley. But no.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I know you really liked Black and White. Or was it
Oh,
Black?
I really
Because they
like
were like the
Black and
ones that
White.
had actual, like, yes, they. It's literally the only one that's ever Pokemon games that have ever had like official the number 2 next to them, and were literally continuation drawn on. They admitted it. You know,
I
like
also have a very large soft spot for Gen 4.
I'm trying to think. That was
Pearl,
Pearl.
Diamond, Platinum,
Yeah,
and
that I
Heart
love.
Gold, Soul Silver.
See, I don't count. I don't count the remakes as being
I
part of
count
that.
the remix as part of a generation.
But I mean, each their own. That those. Okay, I will make a line. If we're doing that, the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire games, I actually enjoyed those more than
Oh,
the original.
way more, way more.
And it wasn't because, oh, Mega Evolution and all this. No, it just seemed like somebody went through and like fixed some things on that one. It felt like I wasn't butthurt that, oh, they didn't do the traditional third game and they had the rights to this that everyone assumed was going to be another game. Not, they don't always have to make a third game. I mean, if you think about it, they didn't technically make a third game in Black and White. They
No,
made,
that was the first time they bucked the trend, but for X and Y, we know that a pair of sequel games was in development.
yep, but like all good things, they may have
I mean,
decided different directions.
to be fair though, X and Y suck ass anyway. They're terrible games.
I actually enjoyed that region,
You
but
are like the first person I have ever
I mean,
met
I'm
who
not saying that it was like amazing this and that, but there were some gimmicks and stuff I liked in it.
I mean, there was some stuff there, but Jesus, those games are oof.
I mean, I do like the cover legendaries. I do like their designs. Like
Do I?
I'm an avid in my top 3 Pokemon types. It's Grass, Dark, Ghost, easy. Give me right. I know, so hard for you to not see that coming, right, Monkey?
Yeah.
And Xerneas, or not Xerneas, it was Yavault is a dark type. I guarantee you a ton of people would have thought right there I was going to go for that version. No, I liked their designs.
You liked the deer monster from Princess Mononoke
It
more.
did get Xerneas did give me the Monica vibe. I did like it. I liked its color scheme layout better. But I also looked into, okay, what are the supposed leaked roster of exclusives? that, if I don't either buy the other game and go bug you to be like, hey, plug this in for a minute so I can trade some shit over, or
I
I don't.
assume I just don't spit, especially since I would have been a teenager, just spit acid at you for bothering me.
No, it's even that. It's like I don't go through the extra mile of whatever BS to get those. Which one am I going to have more fun with? What's going to have
Yep.
more creditors on it that I want to have for sure. Like for that, I liked both designs. I liked both Pokemon, but it came down to what had more Pokemon that weren't legendaries but were exclusives that I wanted. What were some of those make or breaks for me?
Now, this being so underwhelming is so disappointing because I actually really do like the idea of
Like
having a cover legendary that's basically evil Lugia. Okay,
that's
the
another thing.
other evil Lugia.
I really wish they would have been back in the day. We could have gotten traded over a Shadow Lugia. I
Not
mean,
without breaking Ruby and Sapphire.
like, I'm just saying I would love them to bring that gimmick back in the games. Like, oh, there's some evil organization has decided to fuck with something they shouldn't have and corrupted it. I mean, Jesus Christ, Monkey! I know in storage, you have that Shadow Lugia plushie polka doll I got you from the Pokemon Center.
Oh, was the one that's worth like $200 now?
The one you slept with as a kid, yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I had two.
Monkey. Here's the fun thing about Monkey growing up. Okay, Monkey didn't really was smart enough to look at his age group. They're like loving being little jackasses and shit. No real money to speak of. Don't really have the same interests he has. Then he's looking at me, and he's seeing my friends that are like welcoming him for the most part. We have our own jobs. We can blow our money on stupid shit if we want to. So he's gravitating towards us.
This is a very nice way of saying Monkey had autism and
Monkey looked at
had
his.
the whole gravitates towards people in a higher age group because of it deal happen.
Well, it was also that I always figured you and your little full metal alchemist hoodie, looking at them, and if there was a door nearby that you could get away fast with slamming, holding it open and going "fuck you, people" to your age group, and slamming it shut real fast and taking off.
Okay. I
I
can't
mean,
say that ever occurred to me as a child.
but it's like, geez, it's like I wonder why Monkey doesn't seem to want to read the books the other kids are reading. Well, what are you making him read? That's your problem. It's not that he can't read or he struggles to read. It has no damn interest to him. If it's not a
Monkey.
his free reading is shit you don't want.
Yeah, there was a whole deal about me having trouble reading in elementary school.
I had to.
Partially because they just kept turning their noses whenever I read like a fantasy book or something.
It was weird. It was weird. It was like, okay, watch this. Does graphic novels count? Yeah, they count. Okay, watch this. Mega Man and T Warrior. You read this, you do your book reports, your teacher gives me a good grade, you get good grades, I'll fund buying the rest of the series for you, Monkey. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
pretty much.
high praises for what Monkey's doing. Like, exactly. If you show interest and talk to a person, even at a smaller age, generally they will tell you what's up and say, hey, I don't really like this. This doesn't interest me. Not
Pretty
go,
much.
not scream, he's not fitting into the slot we want him to fit in. Why? He must be
And now
broken.
Monkey has a hallway and a room that's basically just shelves of
Oh,
books.
that is true.
Funny how these things work out.
Yeah, but you also don't sit there and like hoard them though. You tend to like move them on once you've had your pleasure from them. There's very few that you're like die hard on. I noticed. Like,
Eh,
like I'm very aware. Like your signed books that you went through trouble to get. Yeah, those aren't going anywhere. Your first prints of books you care about, those aren't going anywhere. At least unless there is like an insane reason that we have to let them go. Like we have a medical emergency we can't afford, we need to come up with money for, then that's a different story. Which I think anybody could respect that kind of thing of saying, hey, yeah, I know you got me this, I had to sell it because either A, I'm homeless, or B, something like that's going down. I think it's a bit more acceptable as opposed to, I just sold it because I'm an asshole.
Yes, yes.
But I mean, some of the fun things to tease Monkey about is going in his room going, man, I hope nobody lights a match in here.
Dude, no, stop. I keep telling you, I am very serious when I say that. I don't think that's funny.
And I know it is. You don't think it's funny. But that's just the older sibling teasing you and me. But no, what was it? Shit. You want to tell? Can you tell us what movies were on that? I mentioned it earlier in the stream. The triple feature Common Writer thing you had shown me, and we got a pre-order in.
It's JZO and Shin Kamen Rider Prologue.
And to be clear,
the one that isn't from Hideaki Anno. The one they like you to forget.
Isn't Zio technically the Sega CD Common Writer game? That's where he's from. Is that like event trigger movie game, right?
And that game is just that movie cut down to fit on a Sega CD disc. The movie
I mean,
was first.
I'm not gonna lie. It's on getting that into our Tokusatsu game collection is still on the list. I mean, in all fairness, I want the English one really bad, but the way the English market has been going lately on some of these titles, it's like, okay, a minute ago when I was like, oh, okay, I'll have some extra money from paying my cost of living stuff, that we have to do. I can get that next week. I can get that next week. Next week comes, like, all of a sudden, everyone in the world thinks it's a $50 game regardless of condition. It's like, wait a minute. Have you noticed that on anything, Monkey, that you look at?
I don't try not to pay attention to that sort of thing. It makes me very sad.
Well, no, I'm saying, have you had that happen to you recently on anything?
I try not to keep that in memory, dude, if it does.
Well, no, it's just little things I've noticed. Like when it comes to when me and Monkey like go to a couple spots to flip stuff, we've already asked people if they had any interest in, or we know people. Hey, they were looking for this, or they might not. We're like, okay, this is obviously we don't have the space, we don't have the time, we don't really have a dedicated, secure means of moving this. Like, oh, we can list it on eBay or whatever and try to squeeze that out. It's one of those things that's like, okay, now everybody is suddenly wanting to collect PS3 and I forget, I think it was Ace, not Omega Ace, but Ace like as Ace, that was noticing that. And I said, yeah, that's because everyone in Monkey's age group is now getting to where we were and are like, oh, I want to have those games again. So it's causing an interest bubble. Then there's just people who are.
No, he was talking about PS2 games doing that. Just still true, but a little older.
I'm not ignoring the money statement. I don't. Are you kidding me? I literally was looking at resumes today. I have a couple of those. Oh, we can like LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor type sites that are supposed to help you with recruiter type shit. Yeah, they sent me an old employer's listing like a bunch of times, and like practically every shop around them is like trying to get employees. I'm like going, okay, is there something going on over there that I need to be concerned with here? Because it was a little
running a Godzilla feeding ring. Don't worry about it. You're about as tall as Godzilla. You could win.
But no, it's like one of those things. Like shit, I'm not lying. I was joking about the other day about how there was a pizza joint over there about shit for 20 something dollars an hour, I might just be like, shove me in the back sweltering pizza oven area. I fuck. $20 an hour and it's still part time. That's still good money. I'm more than willing to, work extra hours if I have to, kind of deal. Shit. Especially when they're like, oh, one of the perks is you get discounts on pizza and all this. I'm like, huh. I would suddenly become very popular with our friends. Suddenly, we'd be going out a lot. I wouldn't even be streaming, probably. I'd be like, damn it, where is he? He said he was streaming today. Oh, he canceled because he's beating friends again. Great. But no.
Fair enough.
Then this led to a bad joke we had about the great pizza oven heist. That shit was funny. Renting a van, the driver, and everything. But no. Oh, here's something. So the place we ended up flipping some stuff, and we got a little money, and we went somewhere else with friends, and Monkey picked up a new model kit. Was next to that GameStop that was like listed in the area where we were in. They were like, oh, the nearest, when I searched it out, retro GameStop. Oh my god, that was such a joke. I think I told Zombie a little bit about it, but literally the tiniest little shelf full of almost shovelware, some in the original cases.
Like half of it was PS3 games, and that, oh my god, my bones.
It was like, oh, and he's like bitching about, oh, he keeps telling for more and all this, and he slips that he's a retro game collector. I'm like going, so basically, you and whoever else works here, other than having the thermostat set to the fucking desert, and you're bundled up.
Really hot in there.
And he's bundled up. This dude is like full on winter gear bundled up. Like he's going up to the snow bundled up. I'm like going, okay, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and I'm sweating it out here. Come on, man. But no, it was like ridiculous. $15 for 2 carts. The only 2 carts in the entire case that was on the same wall for Tetris. And it made me wonder, okay, who is that hard up for a cart of Tetris?
How much was it again?
$15 a piece for a game cart for the Nintendo Entertainment System of Tetris.
Christ. There are more copies of Tetris than God
I mean,
at this point.
I mean, Ace brought up a good point about it when we were talking on the way back down to town. About, yeah, that may have been, they made this many, but how many are still in working order or not in landfills or whatnot is probably changed for how old it is since then. But I'm like, yeah, but that's still a super common game. They should be trying to get $15 for it.
Yeah.
But no, it's just one of those things that cracks me up. So here's a question, and maybe even Zombie can chime in. TCGs, what are ones that either we need to crack open? We might even crack open just the decks we have again, just to see what they are. Of like Card Fight Vanguard. We have decks.
Okay, get to the point, man.
But what are ones that you think might be interesting that you might want to do? Like if I said, okay, Monkey, I will help you video and edit you talking about one of what would be one that would interest you? Like
I don't like being put on the spot like this, but why Schwarz, I guess.
Okay, you think you could have fun talking about one of a pre-con or one that you've built?
I don't know.
You don't. You don't you're feeling ambushed. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
A little bit. Interests come hard and fleet every now and then. So I'm not sure if I'd be able to fully explain as well as I'd like, but I'd give it a shot.
Okay. So if I was to say, okay, here's a couple of packs of Card Fight Vanguard. Would you be excited to open those on a camera or not?
Dude, I have literally only played like a few minutes of the video game of that. I'd be
I'm not talking.
interested in
I'm
looking
not.
at the cards, but
I'm
I
not
don't.
talking about playing the game. I'm talking about would you have interest opening it, and
I would
would there be?
definitely
Would you think that?
be willing to go. Ooh,
So it
ah,
is. It's in the. So we'll say it's the positive and not the con area where you're like you're
yes.
not gonna look at me like
I would just be
strange.
going. Ooh, oh hey, that's Masami Obari. Ooh,
So it's not one of those ones you'd look at me awkward like what the hell is this? Why'd you waste money? Kind of feels, huh?
yes.
Now Dragon Ball Super, the TCG.
In print.
You can still find packs of them. I don't know. I think they may have actually redone the Dragon Ball game again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no interest in that.
So that would fall in that awkward stare of the fuck is this and why'd you waste our money?
I mean, yeah, I didn't want to be mean about it, but
Looking at me
yes,
like if you wanted to flush money away, you could have just went to the restroom and done it.
pretty much actually.
Nah, that's the thing though. When it comes to card games, I feel like these days, especially because I used to do like with Anslash
Uh,
when you were younger. I'm sure you remember how me and him would
yes,
run around to fucking the local tourneys and shit. And what couple times we got invited to some like really big tourneys, but we couldn't go. It kind of fell through for whatever reason. Mostly, hey, I don't have that kind of income to be able to afford a room, etc.
yeah,
kind of
the
deal.
usual.
But nowadays, it's like I look from not doing that as heavily anymore. It is, does this have? I feel like I can play it, and if I don't play it, can I like put a binder of cards I like and still enjoy it?
That's why I have no interest in Union Arena except for the Code Geass set.
Okay, let's fucking be honest. That is just UFS. They changed the name to try to get away from it.
No, Union Arena is a different game.
Really?
Yeah, you're thinking Universes. Union
Uh
Arena is the new Bandai one that's
oh,
bad White Schwarz.
isn't that the one that has Evangelion and like Bleach in it?
Not even Galleon, but it has Code Geass.
I could have swore there was one I remember you were like excited
Battle
about.
Spirits had Code Geass in it for a minute. Not
Okay.
Code Geass, Evangelion. I'm looking at the Code Geass cards.
I remember that was when you said you didn't even care if to play it. You just wanted the cards. You like it. You liked something about it. I don't remember what.
What the Ava set for
Ye-
Battle Spirits?
Yeah. I mean, I already.
Yeah, Tai has Tai really likes Hideaki Anno shows, Josh. You know this.
Yes, I know. Tech Monkey Tai likes freaking uh, that. Okay, I kind of feel responsible for that exposure, but we move on. That's like people ask me, "Why are you such a good cook?" And then I look over at you, and I'm like, "Well, I had a guinea pig." he's he's in the room. I mean, you want to talk about learning to cook and experiment, man. Leave it to a little kid to be brutally honest about how he feels about the slop you're serving.
Yeah,
That's one of my advice to people who want to learn to cook. It's like you find somebody who will be honest with you that is innocent enough that there's no malicious XYZ reason they're saying what they're saying. They're just being honest and you can learn from it. And you don't have to feel like, oh, they're saying this because they're jealous or whatever. It's like, nope. If they can't cook themselves, generally they're not going to lie to you about it.
yeah.
If they're literally, a victim of circumstance when it comes to feeding time, it's like, okay, I feel there's something in this that isn't right. I did not care that the cheese seemed like wallpaper. Don't ask me how he knows
Fair.
how he knows what wallpaper tastes like, but That's not the lead we're going with here.
Don't you listen? Listen. Don't ask.
Fair enough. But
Public schools be crazy.
fair enough. But no, there was something I was going to ask you. So you found going back to the Kamen Rider movie thing. Do you know if there's still good pre-orders available, or
I think Crunchyroll and Amazon should both have it at least.
there was somebody that Crunchyroll, if you have their membership, I think it's like that you get like a percentage on their store, don't you?
You get a base percentage on top of whatever the pre-order price is.
But if
You
you
get like 15 off if you have the super expensive membership thing.
and if you have the regular, it goes down or something like that.
I have no idea. Dude, we have the fancy boy sub.
Wasn't that because when we got it, I was technically living somewhere else taking care of somebody, and we didn't want that headache?
No, you were already back. You were already back.
Or maybe there had to be a reason that we got that. I know a lot of it was like just to protect ourselves.
Literally just the extra 5% discount for a couple more bucks.
Fair enough. Sometimes that's how it goes, I guess. Fair enough. That and, being able to stream animes that aren't on anything else without freaking random commercials is nice. Or having to go, oh, we technically have it, but because you're not giving us money, you have to wait a little longer. So if your friend
I
has it,
love how we just made cable again, but somehow even worse.
fair enough. Good analogy there. I'm sure there's people waiting for me to get back to the Moemon game. How are you holding that,
Yeah,
monkey?
well, I don't think that's happening tonight, to be honest with you guys.
I might. I still have it queued up. I mean, I could easily just flip us right back right now out of the studio and keep talking and playing the game if I wanted to.
Oh, that's more monkey going. Okay, monkey's feeling the gut.
Ah. Is your gut still killing you, aching you a little bit, or queuing you?
It's aching.
So it hasn't queued a monkey has to go
Well,
for
let's not
walkies
talk
yet.
about that on air, dude.
Okay. Okay, I gotcha.
Fucking have some social courtesy, man. Come on.
Hey, I asked if you had to go to walk for walkies, and I would have took that as okay. We got a balance. Oh shit, we got Mudcake dropping in. Hey, what's going on? Long time no see.
Oh yeah, that we've been in there for a couple years now.
We've been back. Then there was somebody decided to bring friendly bullshit that we were still living there, but not all our stuff was back in yet because we had to leave spaces empty so it could be combated and taken care of and cleared that it wouldn't contaminate things. But yeah, we're back. Thank you for asking, Mudcake. Good memory on you. I'm just trying to get us back in the groove. I know Monkey for a while was asking, hey, when are we going to do a Josh and Monkey? Or hey, when are you going to stream in general? Because he was worried about me a little bit, but I'm trying. I'm going to start trying to make a better effort. This week is, I don't know if I'll do another one this week, but I might try. I just have a pretty decent busy week after this going of things that may drain me physically, entertainingly, energy, etc. But I can guarantee you one topic that I will probably have Monkey back on here to talk about will probably be a spoiler-free version of his impression of seeing the new Gundam movie that's gonna be.
Oh, there's gonna be spoilers in that. That ain't. There's no unspoiling that. Everything I've kind of heard about it, you're kind of gonna hear the
Well,
spoilers.
there was an image you showed me of like merch that
Oh,
had.
it's full blown alternate Universal Century Xeon Victory.
Oh no, I'm talking about there was merch that had like a little Pomeranian. I'm like, best
Oh
character
yeah,
ever, and you're like,
the main protagonist's team even the gladiator shit they're doing again. Which, okay, it's weird that this was in production before G Witch was, apparently. But it too has a redheaded female protagonist doing some kind of gladiatorial combat, and there seems to be Yuri vibes going on in this one too.
Well, I was just talking about that bag that had little Pomeranian on it. I was like, best character
I
ever.
know, I know.
Best character ever. And you're like, oh, that's a team's mascot. I'm like going, aw. Like, damn. I thought that. I'm sorry. I could get down. Like, there's some weird, super intelligent Pomeranian pilot or some shit. I would have been like,
I
we
mean
had.
that could fully happen in X. I'm gonna be honest with you. And X
Or
is just bad ending of Universal Century.
or freaking, that palm is like some souped up version of Haro. I would have been like, and now I have to get something that represent that into my collection of treasure hoard. I mean, I'm gonna be frank. From the designs I've seen of the mobile suits, I have not been impressed. They're kind of ugly to me.
Yeah, mixed feelings on them.
I mean, yay, we're doing something that I forget. There was an SD game, I think, where they had a story that was basically, oh, here's what it would be like if Char had actually succeeded in
Oh,
capturing the
the
Gundam.
Char, the Castle Custom has been a whole thing since like the first Garen Greed on Saturn.
Well, I'm just saying, it's one of those things of, okay, so we're basically taking that and making a full blown movie. Okay, cool, neat.
And a full-blown television series.
Usually, though, wasn't it more practice that they would do like a compressed like movie of the series, and then after the series had aired, kind of deal?
Yeah, but this is more of a preview screening of the first, I'd probably like 3 or 4 episodes of the show,
So it's gonna be one of those. They're gonna leave you on a hang that you're
and
gonna,
then go tell you to wait until April for the show to start.
and even then you have to wait until the show gets caught up to where they left you to hang.
Pretty much, unless they screen it all as a uh, feature-length premiere.
And you don't think that's what they're doing?
Fuck no, it's Bandai, man.
Hey, I'm kind of along for the ride on this one.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Hell, I don't even know if
Fuck no, Bandai ain't gonna do
I mean,
that.
I don't even know if I'm expected to be reading subtitles or the only.
Oh, it's gonna be subbed.
Okay, I mean, that's another thing I've noticed. There's nowadays it's you have your dub screening and your sub screening. I am not above being that guy of being like, I have no idea what's going the fuck on. I these days sometimes I'm along for the ride of just tell me if I need to remember.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And my hands are interesting. Let's leave it at that. There are some days I have days I can't hold jack shit, and I get frustrated, and then I get the peanut gallery that goes, "You should have pursued legal against them and all this." Like, well, at the time I was kind of young and dumb. In retrospect, I completely agree with you, but that was not the case. I was young. I let certain things be said and can get me concerned that oh, I can't win this, etc., etc. Fear mongering, fear mongering, fear mongering, and I'm paying the price for it.
It happens.
The hood's off, monkey. Let's go. Josh
Okay.
versus monkey. Intangible. What you gonna do, bitch?
Just leave.
You're not gonna get your little ecto buster pack.
No, I'm just gonna leave, dude. I don't feel like doing this, man. I can just hit the bricks anytime I want.
Crap, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Uh, but yeah. I am curious if anyone's still hanging out. What's your opinion of this lovely studio background we got going on? I mean, I eventually planned, improve it over time, just more and more. I'm always trying new things, getting ideas, bouncing them off Monkey. Monkey gets ideas, bounces them off me. I mean, that is how it works, so to speak. Unfortunately, I have no recommendations of checkout people because, yeah, this was kind of guerrilla. I literally, like, the day before, I was like, you know what? I think I want to stream tomorrow. Monkey was kind of like, okay, go for it. I got no problem with it.
It was more. You know you don't have to.
Well, I'm hoping,
Yeah,
though,
you can go back to just barking at random things instead of me barking at random.
I mean, my goal is to definitely get back into hoping it'll help me get some sort of following schedules things. I'll be honest with you. I
Okay,
mean,
so basically what you're saying is I need to start making you little lists.
well, lists help, but then again, I mean, it's also that will to actually want to do them too sometimes.
Okay, and threaten horrific violence if I do not see this channel streaming at a certain time on a certain day.
Well, hey, I almost gave up. I don't know what the hell OBS's deal was about wanting to connect, but then it crashed, so I started back up in safe mode and I YOLO'd one time for trying, and it's like, oh, you're live. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with that and figure out what exactly I did that it liked.
Fair enough.
But
All right,
yeah,
I
you
I, I need to get going though.
you need to go back to your den. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes,
Fair
I'm gonna
enough,
start
monkey.
digging a little hole and covering myself in dirt, and you're not gonna see me for a while. Ignore the screams and shouts and whatever. You know what? Whatever you need to keep this bit going. I'm kind of going off the top of my head on this.
Well, thanks for answering the summoning, monkey. I appreciate
Don't
it.
do it again. If you do it again, I will maul you.
I thought you just direct me to that. Monkey appreciates your summoning, but he's not available right now. For he is
No,
weighing
that's it.
mayhem.
No. I will eat your face.
Oh, it's so adorable. Why has he got a razor blade? Oh shit. All right, monkey. I'll let you go.
All right, later.
A little later, monkey. Doo, doo, doo. And that was monkey. Now let's see. Turn the controller, my gamepad back on. Maybe we'll play the game for a little bit longer now. Let's see. Shift. It's shifted. Woo! Put the audio back on the game because I kind of muted it because it was bugging the crap out of me while I was trying to talk. Alrighty. As I realize something. But yeah. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Mudcakes, for the comment. I appreciate it. But yeah, like all things I do, I try little things, see if they stick or not. If they don't, then they don't. I mean, it's how we grow and learn, right? We try things. If it seems like it gets good reception or we like it, we improve on it or we keep it as is. But yeah, that was Monkey. I'm thinking of also trying to figure out how I can do having more than just, Monkey and stuff properly represented when they guest on my shows or streams or whatever the hell you want to call it, really, I guess. Because that would be fun to have some people hanging out. Like right now, I'm playing a game. I could be talking to somebody else at the same time, not necessarily have to be in the studio to do it. But it's fun times. Now, is this a guy we can fight, or is this just some dude that talks? Some dude that just talks, okay. What crazy wild Pokemons are over here? That is a Spearow. It's a dude Spearow, though. And if I'm not mistaken, they probably know Peck, which is not good for her. So Sequoia, let's swap you out. But you're right, we gotta keep moving forward. Because let me tell you, I've stalled out on some things and then just been like, oh, okay, whatever. Eventually, and then I come back and it's like, I want to do that again, and I've either lost some tension or there's been updates that have changed things that I knew how to do that don't want to work right. But ugh, I still stand by it was rather freaking annoying with the thing. I want to say at least in that time spent an hour of 10 to 11 attempts trying to get it to say, and it was like giving me these weird errors and shit, and I'm like, okay. Oh god, it's a Rata. Die, Rata, die. I think you can take it. I can hope. Rata's faster than me and hits for 5 tackle. Okay, and I don't hit nearly as hard. Where's Clive Borker? Clive Borker, there you are. You're level 2, so she's probably going to take you out, but... Damn, dude, everything's like super fucking aggressive. Oh, now it's going to play games. It's like, oh, look, I'm going to drop your defense. You did good, Clive Worker. I just wanted to get Graboid to at least a second form. The last thing fucking tore up Sequoia, so I didn't want to necessarily drop in hard. This is a ROM hack of Emerald called Moemon Emerald. There's a second one called like Star Emerald or Emerald Star, but I just had this all set up to be the game I was going to hang out and just kind of mess around with a little bit while hanging out and socializing. Trying to bring back the, digital graveyard interest. I mean, I had a whole ready to save, my whole dialogue and everything, and I was caught so off guard. I was like, hey, it's me, blah, 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 blah. Right into the game. But hey, I'll get the hang of it eventually. But yeah, I mean, it's like I still like to fiddle around making custom overlays of my own. I mean, it's nothing super fancy, but I enjoy what I have. I make some for friends and stuff. I don't try to charge anybody anything, so, I try to be that helpful guy, because God knows people sometimes just need that nice free hand help up, or hell, even just the fact that they want to use you for something is nice. Like, there's little tricks and stuff I've figured out a way to do that I don't mind telling, hey, you really should be using this because I use it and it works great for the same thing you're doing. And I'll even, we can set a time, get on a live chat like on Discord or something, and I'll help you figure out how to get it to work on your setup like I have it on mine. I mean, there is like some problems I've had where I've had to try to find a solution. Like everyone's like, oh, you can just Google it and they'll tell you right away. No, there's people that will dance around the problem. They won't answer the problem. It's like, okay. That is just clickbaiting. Ugh. But no, freaking, I'm trying to remember. There's some animes I've been watching, like, on Crunchyroll and, like, Tubi. I know I still need to watch the second season of Castlevania Nocturne, because that left me shocked when I was like, there's not another episode when it did, the first season ended. Like, holy shit. I keep setting a day for that, and it's like, I forget, and it's like, when I remember, it's like, oh, yeah, it's time to go to sleep. Probably not a day to try to start trying to watch something you may turn into a binge. Way to go, Graboid, you hung in. And I gotta level some of these guys up, because they are just gonna get tore the fuck up. Dun 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 dun. But no, I am, since we're talking Pokemon, in the ZA, other than like a couple of like, oh, it's Hisuian or whatever, like regional variants, we get maybe like a new evolution. That's how we get it. That would be awesome. I would love to finally get a new one. The Sylveon being kind of like the only evolution that doesn't have like a partner balancer is kind of messed the hell up to me. And it dropped my attack, you bitch. Well, I can either run or I can switch to something to smack the crap out of it. Switch something to smack the crap out of it. I really wish I had a fast forward button. You know what? Just because I'm curious. Use absorb! That's right, I drained your energy. What you gonna do about it? Drain you again. You know, I was about to say if it survived that, I was gonna try to catch it, but nope, it died. It died in the gutter. The pokey gutters. Okay, that's a trainer, so we're gonna switch up who's leading right now. Which... Come on. But yes, it is fun times. I think we'll beat this trainer and then I'll see if there's somebody to raid. At least got a Poochyena. Okay, that's not something to super sweat beating the crap out of. Okay. Punch. Tackled. I got a critical tackle. Okay. Absorb. My kingdom for a fighting move, though. Okay, raise its attack. There we go. There we go, there we go. And level 9 is here. Job, Sequoia. Dun 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 dun. That's another trainer that wants to battle, probably. Another Wurmple. No, thank you. Well, I might just try to see if I can run from this one. Run! Run to your chocolate huts! Alright. I think, yeah, let's we'll battle them real quick. They've got 2 pokies. That's not too bad. Okay, bug type level 4, so it doesn't know any moves that can like super hurt me. Nice with the crit. Awesome. Oh, interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. Let's see. Sequoia gained 45 points. That's awesomeness there. Another Wurmple. Okay. Slapping around some Wurmple. Not a bad deal. Okay, go away, will pop up. What the hell is this? Why would it? Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to question what that window was about. Let's see. Wurmple got tackled. Tackle, tackle, tackle. Nice, pounded in the face. With a crit hit again for a finisher. Damn. Apparently Sequoia does not like training her Wurmples, man. She's like, I'm gonna punch you again. Yeah, you're down and out. Congratulations. We're gonna save. But bum bum. We saved the game. Woot! Alrighty, let's see here. Dun 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 dun. So yes, that was some Moemon Emerald. It's a Pokemon Emerald ROM hack. It's interesting. It's just, for me, it's a hard pull because Emerald's not exactly my favorite Pokemon game. My interest like kind of is like to it. But that's not what we're worried about. We're looking to see probably who we can go move from the digital graveyard to, my lurklings. So let's see. Let's see what we can see. Ooh, would be fun to see what they're doing. There's a couple of good ones right now. I think, let's see. There are a couple of really good ones going right now. Trying to think who would be a good one to jump to. They're both, some of them are playing some really good games. It's just making it hard for me to pick. Okay, I think we're gonna go with Karumi, and they are playing some Xeno Gunner. Sounds like a newer game I've not heard of, so I'm gonna drop a link to them so we can go hang out and say hello, or at least give them a like, because that's what we do. So I'm gonna post the link to it. Then we'll do hashtag. I guess we'll say hashtag digital graveyard lives or something like that. I don't know. Hashtag digital graveyard. You know what? We'll just go hashtag digital graveyard lives. Why not? If I can spell lives right, apparently. Or whatnot. We'll do that as our rating. So that has been me and my crazy kookiness, because, yeah, I'm crazy kookiness all the time. Not really. I'm just glad this actually started. I had some people come by, but they've been hanging out with me, whether they're just lurking about. But that link I posted will lead you straight to Karumi, who is playing Zeno Gunner. And the hashtag is Digital Graveyard Raid. Our Digital Graveyard lives, as I realized the yard still did not hit the R like I wanted it to, which is not okay. So we'll try typing that again. Yeah, I got to find my groove again. This is just rough. So until next time, thanks for bearing with me. I'm your supernatural gamer, the Stream Reaper, etc., keeper of the talking Pomeranian known as Monkey. Later from JoshxZeroify, the Phantasmal Gamer.